Hugo Keenan's last-minute try secures Lions series victory over Wallabies. Victory in a British and Irish Lions series is a rare treasure, like finding a golden ticket in a crowded stadium. This win, secured by Hugo Keenan's last-minute try, isn't just a game, it's a historic moment that electrifies fans worldwide. Before the match, only one team since 1997 had claimed this elusive triumph. Then the roar of 90,000 red-clad spectators at the final whistle proved why this victory feels like a lifetime achievement. But here's where it gets controversial. The Lions' 2-0 lead in Sydney isn't just a statistical win, it's a narrative of resilience. The game played before a record crowd was anything but predictable. After a stunning 23-5 deficit in the first 9 minutes, the Lions clawed back with try from Tom Curry, Hugh Tones, Todd Byrne, and Finn Russell, turning the tide in a thriller that ended 26-29. The drama wasn't just in the scores. The Wallabies, who had given everything, faced a brutal test. Their relentless pressure in the final hour, despite being outplayed in the first 40 minutes, showed their grit. But the Lions' 5 tries and 24-3 advantage in the closing stages sealed their legacy. This win marks the first time in 28 years the Lions have won both tests in a series, and they've now dominated all 8 matches in Australia. Yet the story isn't just about the game. The Lions' relaxed demeanor before kickoff, Russell juggling the ball like it was a charity sevens tournament, contrasted sharply with the Wallabies' eagerness. Even with delays, the Wallabies surged ahead early, but the Lions' tactical adjustments, including a late substitution of Morgan, turned the tide. And this is the part most people miss. The referee's decision to award Keenan's try, despite a disputed check, became the catalyst for the Lions' redemption. It was a moment that tested nerve, but also highlighted the unpredictability of rugby. The final score, 26-29, felt like a nail-biter. But the real victory lies in the journey, a testament to teamwork and heart. Now, let's talk about the bigger picture. With the next Lions tour scheduled for 2037, debates rage over whether it should be in France instead of Australia. Cheaper tickets for younger fans and potentially more competitive matches? Or is it a betrayal of tradition to move the tour north? The Lions, however, seem ready to play the Wallabies every week. This game was a breathless reminder that rugby's magic lies in its unpredictability, and sometimes in the last-minute heroics that define legends. Controversial Lions try. Australia's outrage at Hugo Keenan's match winner, rugby analysis. Have you ever witnessed a game so thrilling that it left you on the edge of your seat, questioning the very rules of the sport? Picture this, Australia versus the British and Irish Lions. A nail-biting second test match that ended with a controversial winning try. The match, a roller coaster of emotions, was decided in the final seconds, leaving Australians furious and the rest of the rugby world buzzing with debate. But here's where it gets controversial. The decisive try, scored by Hugo Keenan, was the result of a play that saw Jack Morgan make contact with Carlo Tuzano's neck in the build-up. The on-field referee reviewed the incident and deemed it legal, much to the host's chagrin. Australia's coach Joe Schmidt was livid, arguing that the try should have been ruled out. He cited Law 920, which prohibits contact above the shoulders. Schmidt questioned how officials could make such a decision, emphasizing the importance of player safety. However, the Lions saw things differently. Their head coach, Andy Farrell, and fly half Finn Russell both defended Morgan's clear-out, arguing it was legal and the textbook move. The referee, Andrea Piardi, ruled that it was a rugby incident caused by both players' attempts for the ball. This incident highlights the gray area in rugby's laws regarding jackling, where players compete for the ball on the floor. While technically illegal, it's rarely enforced strictly, leading to a fair decision to allow the try. The debate doesn't stop there. Schmidt also questioned the legality of the Lions' first try, scored by Dan Sheehan, who jumped over 2 tacklers. While not explicitly breaking any laws, Sheehan's dive raised questions about player safety and the spirit of the game. The officials ruled in favor of the Lions, stating that Sheehan's right to dive for the try line trumped the potential danger. This match raises thought-provoking questions about the rules of rugby and their interpretation. What do you think? Should such plays be allowed, or do they pose a risk to player safety? Share your thoughts in the comments. let's spark a conversation about the future of rugby. Lions edge Australia 29-26 in thrilling second test, 2025 Lions Tour highlights. Hold on to your hats, rugby fans, because this Lions Tour just got a whole lot more interesting. In a dramatic twist, the British and Irish Lions clawed their way back from a seemingly insurmountable deficit to secure a 29-26 victory over Australia, leaving us all wondering, what's the true measure of a champion? This wasn't just a game. It was a battle of wills, a test of character, and a showcase of raw emotion. The Melbourne Cricket Ground played host to a spectacle that will be etched in the memories of the 90,000 spectators long after the 2025 tour fades into history. Australia, written off by many, came out swinging with a ferocity that shook the Lions to their core, establishing a 23-5 lead that had the crowd on edge of their seats. But here's where it gets controversial. Was this Australian side the real deal, or just a fleeting glimpse of what they're capable of? The Wallabies, bolstered by the returns of Rob Valetini and Will Skelton, dominated the physical exchanges, forcing the Lions onto the back foot. Yet, their inability to maintain this intensity with Valetini's injury and Skelton's early second-half departure raises questions about their consistency. And this is the part most people miss. The Lions' triumph wasn't just about winning. It was about how they won. Down 23-5, they could have crumbled, but instead they rally with tries from Tom Curry and Hugh Jones, setting the stage for a breathtaking second half. From 23-5 down, they outscored Australia 24-3, a testament to their resilience and mental fortitude. But should we be celebrating this comeback, or questioning why it took such a dire situation to bring out their best? A Lions' decision to go for a try instead of a drop goal in the dying minutes was bold, and Hugo Keenan's match-winning score will go down in history. Yet, it also highlights the team that thrives under pressure, but may lack the clinical edge to dominate from the outset. Is this a sign of greatness, or a flaw waiting to be exploited? As the Lions head to Sydney with a 2-0 series lead, the debate rages on. Are they on the cusp of a 3-0 whitewash? Or will Australia find a way to salvage some pride? And what does this say about the state of Wallaby rugby? With 9 losses in their last 13 games, are they a shadow of their former selves? Or just a team in transition? The tour itself has been relatively drama-free, lacking the verbal sparring and controversies of past series. But does that make it less compelling or simply a different kind of spectacle? The NCG gave us a taste of what this tour could be: thrilling, unpredictable, and emotionally charged. Do we need the off-field drama to make a Lions tour truly memorable? Or is the rugby itself enough? As we look ahead to Sydney, one thing is clear. This Lions squad has shown they have the heart of champions. But in a sport where margins are razor thin, will that be enough? And should Australia remain on the Lions' rota? Or is it time to look elsewhere for more competitive opposition? The French clubs, with their financial clout and growing ambition, could offer a tantalizing alternative. But at what cost? The economics are undeniable. Australia's stadiums and fan base generate revenue like no other tour. Yet, is it fair to prioritize profit over competitiveness? Are we selling the soul of the Lions Tour for the sake of a few extra dollars? These are the questions that will linger long after the final whistle in Sydney. The Lions have given us a series to remember, but it's the debates they've sparked that will keep us talking for years to come. So, what do you think? Are the Lions a great side, or just a good one with a knack for dramatic comebacks? And does Australia deserve to remain a Lions destination, or is it time for a change? Let the discussion begin.